So welcome everyone, it's been a while since I've done any kind of video. Had a bit of a lack of motivation when our working save randomly got deleted on Football Manager, so I thought I'd come back with a very special video, and that is the 1991 mod for F1 Manager. As you can see, as it cycles between Senna and, is it Berger, I think, in 1991? Would that be right? Let me quickly check. It is Berger, yes. We are going to make this a little mini series, hopefully run a couple seasons in this mod. There is so much in it. You can probably see that in a lot of other videos. I know Arva has done one about this one. You've got all the teams, you've got about 80 other drivers, real world drivers, including such as Damon Hill, who has no team at the moment. Interesting one to look at. We are going to start off by picking a team. So as obviously this is only going to be maybe a season or two, probably 3 at most, I would imagine, depending on how you guys view it. We'll stick with the team that's not going to be at the bottom working our way up. We'll start off fairly high, and we're going to go with Ferrari. Now, unusual choice for me, as you can see, McLaren hat on. It's not a first choice normally, but we've got Alain Prost, we've Jean Alesi and reserve driver Andrea Montermini. Now, everything should be set up to be 91 as it was, but we'll pick them and we'll see if we look to do anything else. Maybe bring Damon Hill in as the car number 2. Ooh, that would be a good shout actually. Let's go for it. So just a quick one to show you guys, as best as the people that have modded this can do, they have put the current calendar into the order it would have been at the time. Obviously, they've removed some races as well, so it is fairly accurate. Obviously, 1991 started off with a US Grand Prix. I believe it was in Texas. I can't remember. I know it was a street circuit. I don't know which one. Let's say 7 years before I was born. But yeah, so they've used Miami. Obviously, they've got it as close as they can. Then you've got Sao Paulo, which obviously was. And luckily, a lot of the tracks at the time are still around now. So you can see a lot of these would have been used, maybe in slightly different configurations, but it is the tracks as we see them today, basically. Now remember I said I'd maybe look at Damon Hill. Well, actually having a look, it doesn't look like Damon Hill. Only 81 rated, and he's actually in a team already. I hadn't even noticed he's in Williams. So we can't get him, but there is a few interesting ones here. So you got your main man, Martin Brundle, 82 rated, 32 years old. Mark Blundell, when they were 2 teammates, and a 20-year-old Michael Schumacher. Do we slightly change history and bring him into Ferrari straight away? Yeah, I did it. Michael Schumacher's now a Ferrari driver, a few years early. We've replaced Jean Alesi already. He's gone. He's out of there. And yeah, I can't really complain about that. We'll keep Andrea Montermini in there while we look for other drivers to replace him as well. I've definitely got the Ferrari theme going with scouting Rubens Barrichello, but we got also Mika Salo and David Coulthard I'm looking at. See which driver might come out best for a reserve place. So obviously you guys may have certain questions about the mod. I can explain more if you leave comments down below. Make sure if you're looking forward to the first race, leave a like so I know that you guys are anticipating a good showing in this season. Yeah, we're going to head into that one. There's not much else to look at before the race. So I really don't know what to expect from the mod. As I said, I've seen clips of it. I think it's going to be some good racing. DRS is eliminated or is minimal effect, and the same with ERS. So it is wheel-to-wheel racing as you would have seen it back then. I'm going to do the practice and qualifying just to get myself used to and adjusted to it, and then we'll bring you back for qualifying. So we've done practice and now we're ready for the qualifying. Get to see some of these cars in action probably for you guys for the first time. We're just going to send them out as they are. Gonna skip along a bit, we'll get it to the first main lap. Unfortunately, there is no 1991 sound. It is still the 2022 car sound, but you can still appreciate the cars as you see them. As I said, unfortunately, they aren't the correct turbo era noises. But look at the detail on the car, it's actually unreal. Whoever created, the creator of this mod though, they have done such a good job on that detail. It's ridiculous. We can have a quick look there. You can see, yeah, it's so good. And that does look like a nice Ferrari with Prost and Schumacher in there. It's a pairing to be unrivaled. So at the end of the session, it's Gachot, Boutsen, Coleman, Hakkinen, and Herbert all out. Lotus taking the bottom row there, unfortunately. Minardi sneaking through, Tyrrell as well. Leighton House managing a decent performance, but look at Nigel Mansell being top of Q1. Patrese not doing so well, his teammate, but yeah, let's we've put ourselves in a decent position. I think 4th and 5th probably the best we're gonna get. If we're lucky, we might get 3rd. You can see there's only 1/10 between us and Senna. That'd be a good one to fight. Prost v Senna around like 20 million. So with qualifying, I've been skipping through these a little bit just because obviously you don't get to see much of the cars. So we want to kind of get you to the race and get seeing the quality of this mod. I'll just quickly show you again an overview there with us getting 5th and 6th. And there we go, 11th to 15th. You lost Minardi and lost Leighton House. And Nakajima, unfortunately, not qualifying the top 10 there. But you still got one of the Jordans, De Cesaris. And then you've got the Benettons there as well. And obviously Mansell and Senna fighting out that top spot. So that'd give you guys a little bit of the onboard action. We're currently viewing Prost, who is following Schumacher for the slipstream. Remember that in this mod, there's no or very little DRS effect. There shouldn't be any at all, really. ERS doesn't have any effect. It is disabled. So this is pure pace on machinery and driver skill. I still can't get over the look of this mod. It's just unreal having the 1991 cars. Neither driver going particularly quicker here. Hopefully down the straight, that's going to give Prost the boost he needs. We are 5th and 6th currently. We're a couple, well actually 3/10 off of Berger. So it's going to be a difficult one to catch. As it breaks down into the final corner. Well, it's not the final corner, but the final proper corner. Schumacher stayed inside. He almost took a defensive approach. Don't think either are going to improve. Let's see as they cross the line. Nothing gained there. So there we have it. We have qualified 5th and 6th. Schumacher only being 1/10 off of Prost is not too shabby at all. Senna has taken pole position in the first race of 1991. We'll call it that, even though this is 2022 in the corner. With Mansell alongside him and Patrese splitting up the McLarens there. We're going to go for a 2-stop strategy with the drivers. We need them to push hard in this first part of the race. They need to overtake at least Berger to get in with a chance of a podium. I think we can manage that, but they've just got to make no mistakes. Here we go, the start of the Grand Prix. And they are away. Look at the models just look so good on this. And they have, that's it, Prost already alongside Berger. Can he actually get past him? He does he? As Schumacher is being taken by Piquet. Prost trying to keep it down the inside. I think he's got it. He has moved up into 4th place. Schumacher, though, overtaken by Piquet in the Benetton. Obviously, in real life, it would have been Benetton that Schumacher starts at, so a little bit of a respect of history there. I have turned down Crofty just to keep us a bit more in the 1991 spirit. Prost is just struggling to keep up with Patrese at the moment. It feels odd not having any ERS or anything to play with. We're going purely on speed at the moment. We'll just check what tyres everyone is on. So most on hards, but the top 2 on mediums. So that's going to come into play a little bit, I reckon. We got Prost on attack on everything. Try and get him up there. Schumacher going to turn his fuel up to push. He needs to get back in front of Piquet. Don't want to be dropping that much. The points are as they would be, I believe, in the 91 season as well. Only 10 points for a win. And it only goes down as far as, I believe, 8th. So we are barely in the points here. So Schumacher is starting to get back up alongside Piquet, hopefully. 0.2 now behind. Hopefully along this main straight that we're coming up to, he'll get a good opportunity to attempt an overtake. Following around, I believe the slipstream's increased as well, just to gain that little bit more advantage when they're further back. I think there's a little glitch there. I don't think he has a helmet. Does he have a helmet on? He does, it's just white. I thought there was no helmet there for a second. He lost a bit of time coming out of the corner, in fact, though. A hell of a lot of time. So these Benettons keeping Schumacher at bay with, well, why have I forgotten the name? This guy behind. You can tell I didn't grow up around that period. I'm looking at these three shortened abbreviations, and yeah, having no clue in my mind who that is. Let's ignore that part of my commentary. Prost as well, still just not quite being able to catch Patrese. Gonna have to have him ease off a little bit, otherwise he's gonna wear the tires out. Both of them, in fact. We don't want to be overheating anything. So like, yeah, we've majorly overheated those tires. Let's just completely hit them off the pace now. That looks to be something for this mod as well. The overheating is quite a common occurrence. We've got a yellow flag. Someone has gone wide. Not sure who it is. Nakajima. What was I looking for? I'm looking for the intervals. So you can see Prost losing time a bit now, but Schumacher, having battled so far, not really making a difference on Piquet. Now, Piquet's actually gaining a little bit on Berger, I think. So Johnny Herbert has crashed and retired. What's that? Oh, this is a painful place to have it. Look at that, Jordan. Or is it Lotus? Sorry, it's Lotus, not Jordan. Oof, painful that one. And he is out of this race. They come back now. Michael is really struggling to keep up with Piquet. Prost is 2 seconds now behind Patrese. And this is going to be a long, grueling one, this. So I've been watching the deltas for a little bit of time now, and it appears that through the corners we're doing decent, and then on these main straights we're losing a bit of time, generally, when it comes to the end of the straight. Then it's maybe into braking zones as well, we're just not quite on it. See Schumacher bouncing up and down on those times. Prost has not been able to gain anything at all. He's actually got Berger still with him, about a second behind. Tracy now nearly 3 seconds up the road, and it looks like Senna has been walking away with this one so far. So I don't know what's causing it, but I may have noticed a slight glitch with Schumacher at the moment. It seems that when we get close enough to maybe in a position to start to look an attack on Piquet, when we get to the end of the long straight, he brakes very early and just comes to a slow, not stop, but what would be the right word for it? Just a lot more cautious into it, and loses him quite a bit of time. A little bit frustrating, but nothing I can really do this. I'm kind of sticking on board to see if I can actually notice it visually on the track. So we're going to call Michael into the pits now. We're just going to send him on to his planned medium tyres. Don't think we need to do anything else. Estimate pit stops. So they have slowed down the pit stops as well to be in line with maybe how it would have been back in the day. I think 6 seconds is still quite quick. Were they not about 13, 12 seconds? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Oh, why are we getting replay? What? Oh, okay, nothing, sir. There's been a crash, but I don't know who it is. It slows down. It's Piquet. I didn't even notice that Schumacher had moved up a place. So what happened? We were literally on board. Did I just completely blank that? Oh, he's done the same as Herbert and just gone to the wall there. Think he did get back up and running. He did. He's behind now. But he is going to have damage. That is good for us. That is certainly good for us. Prost, at the moment, yeah, we're going to have to go for that pit stop now, I think. Pit this line, going to make him push on those tires, use them up as much as he can. Schumacher in the pits. Let's see if these slowed pit stops then. Right, look at those old crew gear. They physically slowed it down to match the time it would take. Here we go, 6.5 seconds. A decent enough pit stop. Everyone else in the pits. That Piquet straight back out. It is. I would have thought he has damage, but he's going to keep pushing on through. Right, Schumacher now back out on a fresh set of tyres. I'm assuming the tyre differences do still maintain a disadvantage and advantage. It looked like it from the screen. Obviously, we can't mimic everything of the old seasons, but still pretty good. I love the, believe it's Goodyear tyres. You can see spinning there. Who's this just behind? Yeah, you're not catching up, are you? So Michael will be pulling a nice gap. PK is a good 6 seconds behind. So really up ahead would be Berger next, but he's going to be difficult to find as Patrese, Prost and Berger all pit at the same time. Berger just behind us. It is going to have to be a good one here. Come on. Berger, the main rival for Prost at the moment in this Ferrari. Schumacher complaining that the tyres are getting warm. Where has Berger come out? Berger comes out behind. So we are still in the same positions as we were before the stop. Mansell hold 10 seconds behind Senna. Previously, Mansell did go wide and he lost any kind of gain he was getting on Senna. So back out they go now. Schumacher is some distance away. It's going to be a tricky one, I think, for him to catch back up. Hopefully I'll come back to you guys with some more action. I imagine Prost and Berger might get a bit feisty at some point. Put him on standard. We don't want him killing the tyres. He's already complained as well that they're getting overheated. So we have a little dilemma. Berger, has put in the fastest lap of the race so far while chasing Prost. Was it the last lap? I don't know if it was. No, it wasn't the last one. I don't think. No, it can't have been. But anyway, yeah, he's just put in the fast lap of the race and he is catching Prost. Now, I've got him obviously on push with the fuel. I'm going to have to turn that down soon though. Probably now, in all fairness. And I was about to say Mick Schumacher there. Wow, I'm far too used to MSC as Mick nowadays. Michael Schumacher has been doing decent. Like, PK has not caught at all. But he's also not really catching Berger at the moment. Little bits coming down, but with 23, 24 laps to go, we're not looking in the best place to get a 4th and 5th. Things can easily change, though. I've noticed in this mod, maybe it's just coincidence, but it seems like they make a few more mistakes. We had about 3 or 4 retirements within practice alone. And there we go, just notification of a driver locking up. Is that further back down here?
So there was a crash.
Okay, it was a crash. I don't know who it was. It wasn't Boucher, was it? Oh, Capelli. Capelli crashed out. Where did he do the same crash as well? They're all crashing here. These cars are not liking this slow part of the track. Yeah, locked up there as well. Whoa, and that's Leighton House there. He did get back up and running. So I was almost right. I almost clicked on the right car there. So Capelli now with, is it a damaged front wing? Oh yeah, look at that, half of it missing. We've even done really well to have a damage model on top of it just being the cars. As he slows right down. Surely he's going to pit for a new front wing. He is. So yeah, see, I mean, I just mentioned about, more mistakes, and there we go, mistake happens. So we got Herbert and Capelli having had damage. Nakajima, I believe, had damage. PK's had damage. Mansell went wide. There's a lot going on in this one. There's still about a second between these two. Berger in the McLaren not doing nearly as well as his counterpart Senna. But I mean, whether your opinion is to like or dislike Senna, there's not many people did rival him at the time other than Prost and Mansell. So for us to be 4th, Mansell, his nearest competitor and rival, 12 seconds adrift. Senna is certainly dominating this one so far. So things you like to hear. Alain Prost goes fastest in the race so far. He's put a phenomenal lap in against Berger. And look at that, Berger lost 6/10 alone in this lap. Michael was doing a good job catching it. Could see it coming. And then all of a sudden, he's just lost about half a second now on them. After having taken about 6 to 7 laps to gain that half second. I don't think the Ferrari has it in it to catch, unfortunately, unless you're Prost, who is doing a phenomenal job flying around. I'm still not over the models, honestly. Credit to the maker, which will be in the description below, and where you can download the mod if you want to use it yourself. It is unreal. So this one's going to be close. A Berger and Patrese actually pitted earlier than us. One lap earlier, they're looking for the undercut. We're sticking to our guns. And what we've actually done with Michael is have him pit a lap later for softs. Now, the reason I'm doing that with Michael is I want to test whether there's actually a difference in tire quality in this mod, or if all tires just have different wear time. So Patrese's already passed. That was to be expected. Berger, though, is going to be close. He's just chasing Michael at the moment on his fresh tires. Is there any difference? There's Prost. I think he's going to beat us out. No, we've just got ahead there. No, Berger does get past in the end. Right, a lot of fighting to do for Prost now. We have got major work to do. He does have it in him. I believe in him. I'm just double checking. I'm going to keep going back and forth while I check. So can Prost gain this half second? We've not actually seen an overtake yet in the mod. That's only because obviously I've been trying to keep an eye on our drivers rather than anyone else. I'm sure others have moved places. Let's have a look, see what he can do. 7/10 already lost. Let's get him pushing on attack. We need that place. Temperatures aren't too bad at the moment. Schumacher should be... Oh, I've not actually set him to pit. Let's make sure we do that. He is only just ahead of these guys at the moment. So what can Prost do from this position? Having a look. 8/10, 9/10. Look at that speed difference that Berger has. But in the corners, we should be able to gain a lot more. Coming up to a lapped Hakkinen now. Still waiting for Michael to come out the pits. He has now. Still ahead of Piquet, actually way behind now. So Schumacher, we don't have to worry about too much. We're just trying something different, see if it makes any kind of difference. He's lost so much time to these guys. I'm hoping that Berger gets held up by Hakkinen in this section. Where is he? He's just there. Awkward place for him. This is me pulling at anything to get past the McLaren. He's, I imagine, going to move over now. There we go. So he's not really lost any time there doing that. We've gained a little bit. Not enough, though. Gonna keep an eye on this to see if we can make a challenge for 4th place. We need to retake it. We were in strong position previously, and now Berger in his pit stop has just made us eat our own words. Gasho has crashed another one in the same place, I think. Oh no, he's lost it mid-corner in acceleration. And that sent him wide. So the soft tires are still better. Michael puts in the fastest lap of the race so far, 32.3. Whether he can make these tires last at an advantage is a different question. In 20 seconds and 10 laps, I don't think he's going to catch. But it's good to know the tires do still make a difference, even though obviously back then I think we had one dry compound, didn't we, in 91. But I'm pulling at facts that I don't actually have at this point. So an opportunity to get close to Berger is that we are coming up to a lot of lapped cars here. Now apologies for the lack of maybe on-track content that you guys will have seen. In reality, the Miami circuit is not built for cars like this. So the action is difficult to get a hold of. Hopefully we move into more historical tracks like Sao Paulo next time out. We'll see a lot more overtaking, especially into that turn 1, the Senna S. But you see now 8/10 is the gap. More cars to overtake coming up. Let's hope it's in our favour this time, rather than Berger's. So while I've been on board with Prost watching him catch traffic, there's Schumacher just struggling a little bit. It wasn't bad, but he did lose a bit of time there. So here we go. I'm saying ignore the noise, the sound of the engines. They're not accurate. But this is what I've been waiting for Prost to get this opportunity to attack. With lapped cars coming thick and fast, it's brought our best opportunity, and in essence, it became a lot like this. They didn't move over as easily back in the day, they just kind of kept driving. It's only a more recent rule where cars were made to move to the side, but 6/10 now, the gap, and Prost going attacking into that corner. So Prost now is in a really good place to go for this. Only 4/10 of the gap.
5 laps to go.
He's still got fuel pushing, still pushing on the tires. We could make something of this, and it could be a really, really close knock-end fight at the last lap. And there you go, see Berger being held up by the car ahead. I'm not sure who that is. But 3/10 now, the gap as he continues to be held up. All in our favour until we're ahead, and then we're the car trying to get past traffic. Oh, there we go. Nearly a side swipe, losing 2/10. That should be a replay just for that moment. Oh my god, 8/10 now, 9/10. We lost a lot of time there from whoever that was side swiping. Just trying to get to the other side of the track, I think, to avoid us, but my god, nearly caused us damage. We're going to have to stop pushing on the fuel now. We don't have anything left.
Goes.
Only 2 more cars as well in this train. We'll come back and see if we do get anything from this lap traffic. You can see after we've taken the lap traffic, we're 3.3 seconds behind Berger now. If anything, it went completely against me and wasn't even remotely helpful whatsoever. So Senna's coming around the last few corners. He is going to win the first race of this season. And there we go, that lovely Marlboro coloured McLaren finishes first place, with Mansell very far behind and Matrese rounding off for Williams the podium positions. But Michael has held on to the fastest lap, luckily. And Prost, he's done a good job to keep 5th. It was unlucky. Maybe we could have done more to get Berger. But we'll take a 5th and a 6th to start things off. We do need to look at the straight line speed though of this Ferrari. It is really struggling in that regards. And there we go, the cheers for Prost as he comes around the final few corners and finishes the US Grand Prix. So there's our final results. It's only the top 6 to score points, so we just made it in there. 6th and 5th, but the fastest lap, no extra points obviously for fastest lap these days. That is a completely new concept. So we have gained 3 points in total for the constructors. It's close to McLaren and Williams, not so much us. We can do a lot more though. We know we're going to have more of an advantage in other tracks, so at least a decent finish. It's Moreno, that's the guy's name for Benetton, Moreno. Why did I forget that? Honestly, I just saw the abbreviation and the mind went blank. So we're going to put a big emphasis on the chassis development. We need this more than anything. 25 days, so that takes us to the Milano Grand Prix, which is 60 days away. So we're going to get 2 parts done for that one. There's the first one. And the second is a suspension development. So that's our first race with Ferrari in this 1991 mod finished. An unfortunate result, 5th and 6th, not where we wanted to be, but we're developing the car quickly and we're going to be up there challenging Senna and Mansell for hopefully what could be a title. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into this one. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure to like, and we'll see if we can continue this season. I'm looking forward to it. I like the concept, and I hope you guys will too. So until the next video, guys, take care.